We are live. What's going on, traders? Johnny here with the Investing for Beginners community, and today we are going over the game plan for next week. Now, this is a live session or a live video, so definitely do me a favor, smash that thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. Now, this week is going to be very interesting, okay? And we're going to get a little bit more into it as soon as I spread my link around, all right? We're going to get some more people in here, and let's see here. Let me get to it real quick, and we're going to go over that, okay, guys? We're going to go over all of that. All right, so Bitcoin has pushed up. This was last Friday, okay, the Friday before last, okay, this was this past Friday right here. This is where we are right now, Sunday. So MARA will push up this coming Monday. You'll see it above where it closed on Friday. Hello, Major. Hello. How are you guys doing, or how are you doing today? Welcome. Thanks for tuning in, guys. If you guys have any stock tickers you want me to look over or look at, definitely do so. And I can look over those for you in the Sunday Stock Talk. So we do host these once a week. I know I've been slacking a little, but definitely check out these Sunday Stock Talks in the future. Okay, sorry for the rambling. I'm literally just spreading my links on my phone here, making sure everyone can tune in. And here we go. All right, there we go. All right, so Bitcoin is pushing up. Now, Bitcoin closed at 66,808. Okay, it's now 67,733. Now, obviously, this can't just sell off by the time Monday morning comes. That's exactly what happened last Friday, as it pretty much came all the way up. It came down and it opened where it pretty much closed, you know what I mean, from the week prior. So, you know, if you got in Friday and you swing traded it to Monday, it really didn't move much, right? It closed here, it sold off, came back up, and that was pretty much that. Let's see, Friday the 20th, the 21st, 22nd, 23rd, yeah. Okay, so now moving forward, it's actually up back to that past last week's Friday. So looking at Mara, I mean, obviously here you see a buy here area in the $65,000, $6,600 range. Do not buy here in this yellow zone, and then sell up here in this red zone, okay? And now we're going to go over that for MARA. Now with MARA, we are going to showcase, one second here. We're just going to, well, I don't mind showing those, I guess. That's fine. There we go. We're just going to do that for now. Because what we want to do is go over where we were at last Friday. Okay, so last Friday we were trading at 1943. Okay, on 10/18. Then on 10/21 it opened literally right next to each other. So it wasn't above or below. Now this week, it could happen the same way. If Bitcoin sells off, you know, technically if it sells off, it can go right back where it was. It's indicating signs of technically it could be selling off. Now, but if it does push up, then we could see highs of potentially, you know, anywhere from $18 to $19 on MARA or MARA. So that is definitely exciting. Now, if it does sell off and Bitcoin comes back down to where it closed on Friday, then we can just see this pretty much stay exactly where it is, $16.80, $17, which again could be potential to load up and buy a little bit more to get to that $19 mark. Now, you could potentially make very easily from 17 to 19, you know, $2 per share, 13% profit, which is decent. Now, with the markets moving forward, as far as the actual markets here, Let me go to the QQs. QQQ closed right on the SMA line. So that's going to be very interesting to see what happens on Monday. Is this going to hold this support at 495, 494? And that SMA line's at 493.50. Is going to hold that support and bounce back up to 500, resulting in potentially a $6.50 to $6 price per share, or will it sell off and begin to come back down, maybe to 486 or maybe even 490, potentially losing $3 to $8 per share. So I'm excited to see again what happens tomorrow when the market's open. Monday mornings are always really exciting. Hello, welcome Major, Daryl, Tom. Major, my highlight of the week is Microsoft earnings. I'm hoping to see 440 plus. Yes, speaking of earnings, let's go ahead and bring up the most anticipated earnings releases for October 28th, 2024. If you guys want access to this, definitely check out the Discord, as it is in our Discord. Okay, we're just going to go ahead and I want to say I already saved the image, but the Discord will be in the second link below. Let me see if I save the image. Hold on real quick, I'll bring it up. Dang it, I should have been more prepared. Downloads right here. Here we go, guys. So the most anticipated report, can you guys see that? Let me know and you guys can see that. Okay, I don't want to block it with my face. Alright, so for October 28th, Monday morning, is going to be Philips, Centerpoint Energy, Bank of Hawaii. After close will be Ford, Waste Management. Tuesday morning will be SoFi, PayPal, McDonald's, Pfizer, JetBlue, Royal Caribbean, Crocs. A lot of great companies on Tuesday morning. Tuesday after close is going to be AMD reporting earnings, Chipotle, Alphabet, Snap, Visa, Reddit. So it's going to be a very, very great week as far as earnings reports goes. We're going to see how the market reacts this week. Wednesday, we got Caterpillar, Lilly, Trinity, Global, Biogen, ADP, all before the market open. After close on Wednesday will be Microsoft, Meta, Coinbase, Robinhood, Etsy, Roku, Carvana, and Starbucks. So we have and Robinhood. So we have a very exciting week ahead, guys. And even Riot is going to be reporting their earnings as well. Thursday, as you can see, it's Uber, Peloton, Merck, ConocoPhillips, SiriusXM, Altria. That's a big one to look at too. MasterCard, Estée Lauder, and Norwegian Cruise Line. After close Thursday is going to be Amazon, Apple, Intel. Those are some definitely key ones. And then Friday is going to be Chevron, ExxonMobil, Wayfair, and Air Canada. There's a few that I missed or you think are of interest. Definitely comment it in the link below. Major says it looks fine. All right. So we got an amazing week ahead. Definitely going to be interesting, right? Let's see how bullish the market reacts. Let's hope we get some good market sentiment, guys. We want to see the market continue to rise, but at the same time, it doesn't have to. And at this key level, if it plays out this week very nicely, we can easily see this going back up to where it was, $500. No doubt about it. If it took all week or possibly even Monday or by Wednesday, back up to 500, potentially getting to new highs. If some of those companies fall short of their earnings, then we might be able to see somewhat of a correction, go back to 485, because there are a lot of companies with major market caps that are going to definitely move the needle when it comes to the overall market itself. JNUG also selling off slightly after pushing up to $60. This is based off of gold, so gold has come back and retraced to that SMA line. Does this mean it's going to sell off tomorrow, or is it going to go back up to that $60 level? Only time will tell, but I'm very curious to see this bounce about 10% or $6 per share. Gold is bullish right now. I don't think it's going anywhere, so that's definitely something to look at as well. Now, is there any companies you guys would like me to check out? Definitely do so. Leave a ticker symbol below. But we're going to go over some trades here. Now, today's trades, QQQ we talked about, kind of coming down at this support level of the moving average, the 200-day moving average. And JNUG again, 200-day moving average. Now SOBR, these are a couple companies that I'm going to go a little bit fast. We're going to call them out. Doesn't mean you have to trade them or not. Remember, I'll never tell you that. Never tell you what to buy, hold, or sell. All I can do is show you what I am doing to beat the stock market. You know, I average between 10 and 20% per month. My goal is to get 10% a week. Sometimes we get 10% a day. It just depends on the trades, right? And sometimes we lose money. If you guys want to see that, all of my live day trading sessions are available to you in the Discord and in my YouTube live morning day trading playlist. I'll actually leave the link to the Discord right here. It's actually growing pretty fast. I'm very grateful about it. I'm very happy with our results so far after creating this group, you know, only just a few months ago. I'd say maybe less than 6 months ago, to really help everyone get involved with trading. Whoever wants to learn more about trading and take it more seriously, they can check out that Discord. And I just linked it above the chat, so you can check that out. We have over 150 members, almost 200 members. Again, all serious about learning how to day trade. If you're not, that is our, and that's actually our Learn to Earn team, our LTE team. That's a little separate than our Investing for Beginners. Now, they're both free communities, but I do feel like they should be separated. And if that's a little bit too fast-paced, you're new to investing, and this is all a little bit overwhelming, check out some of my dividend video playlists. That will help you kind of get started and dabble in maybe some long-term investing and just get your feet wet into the market. Now, on to the show here, on to the rest of it. We are going to be talking about how you can make a few bucks trading, right? What's the game plan for this week? Well, SOBR did push up, okay, to $28. Does that mean it has to push up to $28? No. But can it potentially push up to maybe $8? Yes. From $7.19 to potentially $8.76. That's $1.50 per share. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean it has to, because it does have some resistance here at about $8.76, and it has a little bit of resistance at about, you know, I would even say $8 even. Okay, so from $7 to $8, guys, that is a, you know, if you have 100 shares, would be a $100 profit. If you had 1,000 shares, it'd be a $1,000 profit. The point is, if you can make $1 per trade, you know, and have 100 shares or more, then you're well on your way to making some decent profits and holding those profits. Now, of course, if you had 1,000 shares, you'd only really have to hold 10 cents to make $100. If you held the whole dollar, you'd make $1,000. So it's some simple math to go by. Now, SOBR does not mean it has to push up. This can continue to sell off. It is below that 200-day moving average, and I want you to be aware of that. But just because based on history, there was a there was some support at about $6, $6.10 in previous days, $7-ish right there. We can assume that $7 could potentially be an area of interest and possibly be an area where buyers step in. Now, tomorrow morning at market open, we will be able to see, or even at pre-market, we'll be able to see our order book or our level 2 market data. Now, you do have to pay for this service. It's a subscription. I believe it's like $2.99 or $3.99 per month or something on WeBull. Now, you don't necessarily need it to trade, but it definitely helps to see who and where people are submitting their orders. Are we going to get a big seller at $6.90 or a buyer at $6.90 or $6.80? Or is there going to be a big buyer right at $7.20, $7.25, $7.30? Are we going to have some sellers or heavy resistance at $8 or $8.25 or maybe $9? Maybe there's no sellers up until $15 or $30, right? And I'm talking about heavy major sellers. Now, SOBR does not mean it has to go all the way up. Its free float is about 284,000 and its volume is very low. So it's going to need a little bit of news for it to move. But I do want to let you know that this is on our watch list as far as a potential game plan for this week. Okay, moving on. Now that I've explained all of that, and it looks like I've lost quite a few of you here, just kind of explaining those. We're going to go over Ocugen. Ocugen is looking decent. It had a nice pop from 89 to 98. Looks like 98 is going to be a new resistance level. So anyone who's been watching Ocugen or SCGN from previous videos or in the past when we talked about it, this is some key information here. So it looks like it's pretty much right at that middle point average price for this. Now, we were trading this from $1 to $2 previously, and since then it actually has been in a downward momentum, so I wouldn't necessarily mess with this company until it starts showing positive momentum up. Definitely on the list for potential reversal. Now, Intel was also on the list. It's looking like it may bounce off that 200-day moving average or that moving average here. Again, I'm not sure they report earnings, but this week we will see. VRAX pushed up very nicely. If we can see this come down just a little bit more, maybe to 190 or even $2, I'm thinking maybe $2, then we can see maybe a potential bounce back up. Amazon as well, trying to find that support on the SMA. Now what's cool about this, guys, is if you can buy at 180 in those levels and then sell in the 190s, that's a $10 per share profit, and it looks like it happened very quickly in about 7 days, or about 5%. And if you can make 5% in a week, that's really good. I mean, most investors either lose money or break even, and again, that's just another stat. 90% of investors are going to lose 90% of their money in 90 days. And so this goes to show that if you can just break even or make a few dollars each week, then you are doing better than 90% of everyone else. And so with that said, by finding these lows that are these are overcorrections, right? Overcorrections happen all the time. It went from 170 to 195 and it sold off. Right now you're picking up at 180s, maybe you're selling at 187s. I mean, this move happened in one day overnight. $6 per share, or 3.5%. And you're saying, well, I don't have enough to trade Amazon, or I don't like to trade Amazon. Well, hey, this is just one company, and that's why I'm trying to provide a variety of stocks to choose from, anywhere from penny stocks almost to micro penny stocks to big larger company large cap stocks. Okay, so TSLA, beautiful move here with TSLA or Tesla from 212 to 269, $55 move, or a 27% profit. Now guys, this obviously can continue to go up more, but I do think it might come back down just a little bit, maybe retrace about halfway, get to that $250 mark, maybe even back to that $240 or $235 mark even, as that's where the previous support was. So Tesla, I'm going to be very cautious with it, but I did want to add it to the group and this watch list here for next week. AMD, now AMD is interesting. Okay, AMD is very interesting. It has a strong support here, like 140-ish. Looks like it's maintaining a bit of a support at 150-ish now that time's passed on. But it's still under that SMA line, the 200-day moving average. So in order for it to get above, we're going to need to see this make some progress in an upward direction. Now if it can stay above and this all starts moving up, passes that 158, maybe I'm thinking about 158, 160 mark, then eventually I think this would get squeezed and it'll have only so much of a chance, or only really a single chance to do something, right? If it's going to just kind of do this, we're going to see a breakout. It's either going to have to break out above or it's going to have to break below, and that could happen tomorrow, could happen in a couple of days. But I'm very excited to see what happens with AMD, as it has potential to go up to $174 or $175, sorry, very, very easily. You know what I mean? AMD is not going anywhere, which would result in, what's that, like a $10 per share, $20 per share profit, $20, $19 per share, 12% if we can get back up to those previous highs. So definitely something to look out at for this week to come. Major says ASML thoughts. It's dual listed. One is Europe and one is NYSE. This is a shock. I buy from lows and when it breaks out. This is a shock. I buy from lows and when it breaks out. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I mean, exactly. Buying at those lows, buying at those breakouts, buying at those moments that you can identify to make some money off of. right? It's kind of, GLMD is trailing off of this SMA line. So, I mean, potential bounce, maybe. Doesn't necessarily has to, but it's possible. Looks like it found its support at 340. Okay, looks like there's some resistance now at 7. Be cautious with some of these guys, okay? I'm calling some of these out. Major wants me to check out ASML. Let's go ahead and check that out real quick, and then we'll get back to our other list. I think we have like 4 or 5 left out of the 20. Guys, if you're tuning in, we are creating a game plan for this week's trades, anywhere from micro penny stocks to, you know, high capital stocks, market cap stocks like Intel and Tesla, AMD, Amazon, stuff like that. So ASML. On the 4-hour, looks like we went over this before. It was trading within this channel for a little while. I stopped watching it after it dipped. Let's see here. Let's create some new ones. 677. Okay, this is a big share price. Okay, big share price for many new beginners on this channel. So a bit more advanced, I would say, if you're looking at this. But hey, I don't mind looking at it. For you. Major's been a part of our community for quite some time now, probably since the beginning. Angelo, hey, what's up, man? How you doing? Can you, Kiro? Holy moly, man! Can you see? Oh, Cure. Yeah, I'll check it out here in a minute. Okay, 677 looks like it's support. Now, is there anything else to back that up? Okay, wow. Yes, there is. Yes, there is. Looks like there's quite a bit of consolidation. Previously resistance for quite some time, broke out, came back down, retested, nice breakout above. It was as high as $1,100 recently. That's insane. And it's actually pulled back quite a lot to about almost 40% loss. Okay. This is actually really interesting. Now, obviously, as you can see, it's showing signs of being bearish, but could this potentially be an opportunity for a nice reversal setup? Could be. Definitely could be. We're going to go ahead and take a look at this, guys. Okay, let's take a look at this real quick. 3 stages of reversal. Rejection, consolidation, confirmation. What stage do you think ASML is in right now? What stage do you think this is in right now, guys? Let me see if I could... There we go. Whoa. There we go. What stage do you think this is in? I'm thinking it's in the consolidation stage, right? It's still in the rejection stage, but if we can start seeing signs of consolidation in this area and then signs of confirmation, then we may have ourselves a trade, right? If it can bounce kind of like here and then break above very nicely, we can see some really decent profit. It's got to make that initial break. That could be a 40% profit halfway up to 900, or a 62% profit if it gets back up to all-time highs of $1,100. Okay, so very interesting. Good call out. Good call out, Major. Okay, COUR. So what are my thoughts on it? I would wait to see what happens. I would wait to see how this consolidates. Can it keep this support longer? And can it push above the 200-day moving average? I mean, I may not even consider investing until it gets up to this point, which is like 900, which would then be kind of a loss to me because I would lose almost, you know, $100, $200 in profit by waiting for confirmation. And then again, it just depends on you as a trader and your own risk tolerance and level. If you want to add a few shares down here in this level, by all means. When you start really seeing signs of it pushing up and being really, you know, aggressive toward these new highs or previous highs, then maybe I would get in a little bit more and consider a position. Coursera, COUR. Angelo, another member of our group here on the Learn to Earn team. It looks like we have a lot of those members here, which is fantastic. Welcome. Thank you for guys for joining. Wow, looks like it found support literally right on that area. What's that, 558? Let me look at this real quick. It says 629. Yeah, it looks like it's right about there, 630-ish. I'm gonna zoom in. 635. Okay, that's what I was thinking. 635. So previous support was 635. Okay, it was trading along the SMA line, about 750 for quite some time. Pushed below that 635 support and made a new support at not only 558 briefly, but I'd say more key level 580. It's above that moving average, right? It's above the 9-day, the 20-day, the VWAP. Maintaining some support level here at 690-ish. Struggling to get above 720 though. So there's some kind of a wall going on at 720-ish. See that? How it struggled here? So we're going to see what happens on Monday. But hey, it could potentially go up to 8. Even back to 7. Even just back to the 778 area, 775-ish area. So very interesting. Good call out. Is there any news? 1 day ago, Coursera price target lowered to 12 from 20. So that's not the best news. You could see a sell-off a little bit. 147 million free float, so a little bit high in free float for my taste. But a great call out. Great call out, right? If you see value in it, these are just some of the stuff I'm looking at. Okay, BME looks like it's selling off, so I would wait. Now look at this. This is very bullish. At any point in time, you could have bought and made money from $5 to $6 to $7 to $8 to $9. And this brings up a good point real quick, guys. Okay, brings up a really solid point. If you can get in on a company at $3 and it goes to $4 with 100 shares, okay, that's a $300 investment. It goes to $4, that's $400. That's $100 in profit. Okay, and some of you have a lot more money. So if say $1,000, you put $3,000 in on a $3 company. Okay, buy 100 shares. You sell it for $1 more. You make $1,000. Okay, very simple, very easy math. $3 to 4 is $100, or $1. $4 to 5 is $1. 5 to 6, 6 to 7, 7 to 8. Okay, then when you start getting to these big moves like $6, $7 to $13. Okay, that's $5, $6 a move. That's $6 a move. That's almost 100% profit. 100% profit in 30 days, in a month. So you could double your account size, or at least your position size, whatever you're investing in. Put 1,000 in, you'd make 1,000, right? So with that said, BMEA is looking like it's overbought. We're going to wait for it to pull back, and as soon as it pulls back, say it gets to this $11 area, we may consider buying into this position. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my alert when it goes below. I'd say maybe about, I don't want to miss it, so I'd say about 11:30. If it goes below 11:30, I'll know. As this trend line could technically continue to go up, as you see right there. This green line is indicating signs of it going up. So it could potentially bounce pretty much right where I said, about 11:30-ish could be my level of bounce. So that's my trade plan if this were to play out this week on BMEA. Buy at 11:30, sell back at 12:30. You know, that's $100 if I buy, 100 shares. Very simple math. Now it is a little bit high, from 11, that's $1,100 to $1,200 invested compared to just getting in, say if we would have got in here way down lower at say even $5, that'd only be $500 to even the $6 mark is 100. Or if you bought in at $6, all right, when it made this first initial push from 618 to 862, that's $2.50 in 7 days. Or you could have got your profits before this dip here, 33% or $2 in profit on an overnight swing trade in one single day. $2 in profit, right? So these moves can happen all the time. They're always around us, and we just have to figure out how to identify them and actually make money on them. Now, if you can just make even $100 a day, guys, on say a $5,000 account, $100 a day, that's 2% of your account size. You would make $24,000 extra a year. Okay. Now, some of my other investors say I have a $10,000 account. Okay. 2%, same 2% would be $200 a day. That is $50,000 a year if you can be consistent. All right, and that opens up a little bit more. And then of course, once it starts compounding, you hit $25,000. You know, at 2% a day, that's $500 a day, and then you're making, you know, $120,000 a year. Right? Just takes time. You know, I've never seen anyone say, "Hey, I'm going to put in $100,000 and I'm going to start making money and we're good." No, like, usually they lose a lot of it and they have to start out small again. Okay, I'm only going to use 5,000 or 10,000, right? Or 1,000. Whatever your number is, whatever your risk tolerance, start small, learn how to trade, develop your strategies, your skills, your criterias, and then as you start making consistent profits, then you can start pushing the limits, adding more to your position, having larger position sizes, right? For all of you that have been watching this channel for some time, even remembering back in February of this year alone when we started this small account challenge, we were making $1 or $2 a day. And I was very enthusiastic about it with you guys because it's important. 2 or 3% a day is all you need. 1% a day, 0.5% a day is all you need to grow your account as long as you're consistent. You don't want to make 10% all week grinding 2%, 2%, 2% each day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then on Friday you give it all back because you held a trade and it went down 6, 7, 8, 9, 10%. Okay, so we want to make sure that we manage our risk. If we're down 1% on a trade, cut it. If we're down 1% in general on the day, we should just walk away and say, you know what, I've reached my max loss limit, 1% of my account, whatever that number is to you. That's why I like to talk in percentages, because it's easy, it's simple, right? Someone can say $100, $1,000, $10,000 and get lost, right? Well, I don't have $10,000, right? Well, some people might not have $100. Some people might not have $1. Whatever the number is, that's not important. What's important is the percentages. Okay, so moving forward, BME looks like it could potentially have some solid profits if we wait for it, right? If we wait for that confirmation. Now, INDO did push up after hours on Friday, so this could potentially be a continuation play. Some of these companies I'm going to talk about now moving forward is going to be specifically for the LTE team or the Discord. If you want to check it out, first link in the chat room. But guys, these are for our really serious traders. They show up every single day to our live stream Monday through Friday at market open, and we trade with them and we share our thoughts and opinions. And so this is what's going to be going on for the day trading section part of it. Now you can day trade all of these, swing trade these, invest in them. You can go in deeper into their details, financials. You can look to see which ones pay dividends. Whatever your style of trading is, do it the way you want, however you see value. I'm just here sharing my thoughts. So INDO pushed up on Friday. If we can see a nice potential continuation play on Monday morning, we can see this go from 6:30 to 7:30. So there you go, $1 profit right there. And you could potentially only have to put in, like, say $600 or so, right? 100 shares at $600, sell at 730, make $130 very easily. Okay, now this could also push all the way back down to the EMA line or the SMA line or this green 200-day moving average at about $5. So be aware that it could also do that too. All right, nothing is guaranteed. Just because we think something's going to happen doesn't mean it has to, but more than likely, most of the time, patterns do tend to repeat themselves. TOVX, I put this on the list because it was showing signs of this support here on the SMA. Now that doesn't really mean anything. It's $1.50. I think this is news on Impox, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so there was some news that popped up, but this is going to need a little bit of news to move. I want you guys to be aware of it though. TOVX and VRAX are both Impox related, so this obviously had a nice spike and then sold off, and TOVX also didn't have much of a spike, but hey, it's starting to curl, getting closer to that SMA line. Could this potentially mean it can go back up to this $3.40 mark? It's possible, especially since there's that support at $1.70. I would say that your risk to reward is a lot more or a lot less, because if you look at this, say, okay, that's a big loss, right? 25% potential loss back to support for a potential 118 profit to resistance. Now, again, that is super risky. I wouldn't necessarily trade that. I would have been better off, or we all would have been better off buying it at that $1.17 mark when it spiked to $2. Well, look at that. That's a dollar move. So it's amazing how quickly and easily you can make money once you start identifying these moves. Now, anyone can go back in time, hindsight, and say, hey, oh, I could have made money on this. Yeah, anyone can. That's why it's important for me to keep telling you to show up to our live day trading sessions. Whether I make money or lose money, it doesn't matter. We're all here to learn how to trade, and that's exactly what we do. Some days we make money, some days we lose money, but I've had days where I make hundreds of dollars on the live stream. I've also had a live stream where I've lost a couple $100, right? So with that said, these are the moves that we're looking for, and it's easier to talk about it now than in the live stream when it's happening in the moment, in the action. So from $1 to $2, that's a $100 investment, right? $100 you're taking and you're selling it at $2, that's $200. Now you just made $100 on $100 or 100% profit. So whatever your dollar move is, whether it's from $1 to $2, $3 to $4, $150 to $151, no matter what the stock is, if it moves and it's volatile enough, you can identify the low areas like support and key levels like resistance, right? And understand that it's possible they can move within that channel, then you can benefit and make some decent money. Okay, that $1 move right there is everything. And that's 100% in the day if you can make that, right? So moving on, TURB, same thing, it's below that SMA line, so we're going to need to see this, a little bit of progress above that SMA, 200-day moving average. Support's at 125, so that would have been a better entry. It is already up to 172, meaning that, yeah, there's a potential like 50 cent profit right there. That's $50 on 100 shares. Now, if it can push up above this 200-day moving average around $2, hey, we might see a nice spike up to $4. Look at that. There looks like there's some resistance right around $4.11, $4.12. I'd consider selling right underneath $4 to get the maximum potential for profit, and also getting your order filled at the top before it sells off. See how aggressive this was? It pushed up in one day and then sold off in one day. Okay, so some of these companies are very risky. That's why I did make a point to say that this was all, for our LTE team. TURB, okay, so this could potentially push up very nicely. $2, $2.50. All right, on $170 investment. NXL. Okay, this may come down. NXL is one that we wanted to look at. If it can come back down, test SMA, it could potentially bounce back up. Even from $2 to $2.90, again, $3 or a $1 profit. There you go, $100. XPON, same thing. XPON pushing from 372 to potentially 560 if we can catch a bounce. Now this may sell off to that SMA line. This 200-day moving average is super important. This is very important line, guys. Okay, and that's probably the number one thing you can really look at to make some money. All right, so be aware of that one. QS, same thing. If it can stay and maintain at 6 and bounce up to 7, another dollar profit. So I'm not sure if you guys are getting the theme of this, but the game plan this week is to just make $1. Just let's pull $1 out of the market per 100 shares. Okay, let's do that consistently every day this week, and we'll walk away together with $500 by the end of the week in profits. Okay, that's my goal, that's my plan, that's the game plan for this week, for not only me, but for you guys. Now, I don't encourage you guys to copy my trades. I'm literally just teaching you guys how to fish. I don't want to give you a fish, right? You all hear that saying. I want to teach you how to fish. I want to teach you how to consistently make profits every single day without me. You don't even have to keep watching me anymore. You could learn this and go about your day. You can go watch another person's videos. If you find interest in a different type of market, crypto, Forex, whatever it is, this can apply to all those markets if you kind of reconstruct it in the way that is valuable to you. If you are losing in the stocks of your small portfolio, how do you manage the risk? Do you sell everything and restart? Yeah, and again, that just depends on you, right? If you are, let me pop this out real quick. And we'll bring this up into here. If you are, come on. There we go. Let me bring this over here. Let's see. There we go. All right, so Angelo said, if you are losing in the stocks of your small portfolio, how do you manage the risk? Well, it's simple. The same way that we'd manage risk on any trade, right? We're going to have a plan. We want to make sure that we are understanding that the direction of the stock is going in our favor, in the direction that we want to trade it in. We also want to understand the key levels. If support is down here and resistance is up here, then we want to buy here when it's going up, and we want to sell here. If we buy here with the intention to sell here and it starts to go down, then we would sell with that stop loss. So we have our target to sell, we have our entry to buy, and then down here would be our stop loss. Okay, that would be our stop loss. And I'll have to get a whiteboard so that we can do some of these a little bit more educational videos, but that's exactly what you would do. Okay, you would buy here with a stop, right? So I'm going to risk $100 of $1,000. Okay, that's 10%. So I have $1,000 position, $1,000. I'm going to risk 10%. So if it goes down 10%, I lose $100. That's what I'm risking. I'm only risking $100 of the entire $1,000. Okay, this little part right here. If my plan fails and it goes down, I lose 100 and I'm out. Not 200, 300, 400, 500. Now, if it kind of goes down and it doesn't quite hit it and then it starts curling and going up, then that's where I'll cut and make money up here. And that's where you can easily make money. If you have a good plan and you're trying to find these setups where, okay, I'm gonna buy at $6.20. I'm gonna risk 10 cents. If it goes down to $6.10, I'm completely out. My trade did not work. It's gonna sell off, or it can go up. I don't know. I don't care, but I'm out of this specific trade. I put in $600 for 100 shares. Okay, and I'm risking 10 cents. So that would be what? $10, right? Well, it'd be like $60 to potentially make a $1 per share. So you're risking 10 cents to make $1. Okay, and you're not always going to get the dollar, but say you get 20 cents or 50 cents or 60 cents. That's going to be a lot more on those days you win than on the days you lose. If you lose 10 cents on a Monday, but then you make 25 cents on a Tuesday, 30 cents on a Wednesday, 5 cents on a Thursday, and maybe you break even on Friday or don't even trade, you're going to be profitable. You're going to be up almost $1 for the week. You know, I hope that analogy helps. If it does, you know, let me know in the comments. Do you, how do you manage your risk? Do you sell everything and restart? Yeah, you can. I mean, if you feel like you took a big loss, you can reset. You could take a break. You could, you know, maybe not trade for a day or a week or a month. But yeah, you could definitely just restart. You know, you never feel like you have to hold something because you're losing, right? I know that's hard. I've been there. I've held a company for over a year thinking it was going to bounce back, and I watched it lose 80% of its value because I couldn't come to that realization that I was losing this money or that I was wrong maybe. And that's a big one. That's a hard pill to swallow. The market doesn't care if you're right or wrong. All it cares about is that you show up every day, that you're learning from your mistakes, and that you're humble, right? That you're aware of your surroundings and everything that's happening. Great questions, by the way. Great questions. Do you average? Yeah, you can average. I average up. That's the whole point. Let's go back to that reversal setup here. Let's look at this real quick. Okay, so down here, in this area, or this is this support area. Do you see this rejection from 7 to 6? That was a rejection. Now the consolidation is right here, guys. This is the consolidation between these dotted lines. Oh, you guys can't really see that. Right here. Between these dotted lines, this is consolidation, which is happening right now. It's consolidating. That means it's not going up and it's not going down, which is an opportunity for us to take advantage that, hey, this potentially could go back to 7, could be a reversal. Okay, I'm not just saying QS, I'm using it as an example, guys, okay? Don't hold me, accountable for any of your trades. You click the buttons, you're the one managing the risk. Ultimately, you're the one that needs to control your portfolio and your trading account. I'm just sharing with you my thoughts and opinions and how I make money in the stock market. Now, confirmation and averaging. Right here, I'd buy 10%. I'd start out with a 10% position size. So maybe I don't buy 100 shares. Maybe I buy 10 shares. And a lot of times you guys will see that in my live trading sessions. I'll buy 10 shares, 20 shares, 25 shares. I'll kind of, get my feet wet and just put some money in. When it starts showing signs of it going up, I'll average in. I'll buy another 10 or 25 shares until eventually I have 100% share size or 100 shares. So maybe I have 25 shares down at 6. I got 25 shares down at 650. It hit 675. I throw another 25 shares, and by the time I get to $7, maybe I don't have 100 shares. Maybe I have 75 shares or 80 shares. Maybe I didn't get the full amount, right? You don't always have to go so big at the beginning. Now, if you want, you can, and you could say, I'm going to do the 100 shares right away, manage my risk. If it goes up, great. If it doesn't, okay. But get this, if it goes 10%, it goes down to a new level, like say $6, and it kind of validates support, and you're like, hey, it's only 10% or 10 shares, then you could potentially buy more shares at that low price, bring your average down on that dip. Okay, I hope you guys understand what I'm saying here. Buy more at this dip at 6, and then ride it up to that 7. So that is also possible. You buy 10 shares here, and then you buy like 80 or 90 shares here. So now you have a full 100 shares, and you went from a 620 average to maybe 610 because you bought at $6. So now you have a 610 average instead of 620, already making 10 cents per share, and then it goes up to 7. So that's a great way you can do it too. Okay. Great question. Great question. So then as it goes up, you'll be able to ride that wave up to the top, and that's when you'll be able to sell up in this range. Let me know in the comments if that was helpful. But my broker is no free like in US. That can be tough. Not having a free broker can be challenging. Consider finding one that does have free trading, or consider swing trading. But yeah, maybe looking at getting a different broker. Sorry to hear that. So QS, like we already talked about. BOF, same thing. BOF at that support 170, 175. Finding some resistance at 187. So this can potentially, if it can break that 187 mark, you can see it break to 250, 290 potentially, maybe $3. But BOF, Branch Out Foods, is something I wanted you guys to be aware of. Mara, we did talk about Mara, and XPEV. Now XPEV, one of those companies, last one, guys, that we wanted to talk about here, was very bullish from those lows of $7, $8, all the way up to $14, and then crossing over that SMA line, showcasing a very nasty sell-off here to $10. Now $10 looks like there was support, $10.40 looks like a new support, and if it can cross over this 200-day moving average, we might get a new support at $11, $11.25, and potentially a nice run up to $13 or $14, resulting in a $2, $3, $4 profit per share. Now on 100 shares, you'd be investing around $1,100 to potentially make anywhere from $1,200, $1,300, $1,400, or again, $100 to $200 in profit. You don't need a lot of money to make money. Again, I just showcased to you a few simple ways that you can make $100 Even if you had $1,000 and you're able to make 10% in a single day, that's $100. If you have $2,500 in your account and you're able to make 4% a day, that's $100. If you have $5,000 in your account, 2% a day would be $100. So it really pays. The more money you have, the more money you can make, and the more it'll eventually compound to where, okay, I started making $1 or $2 a day. That was me, guys. I was making $1 or $2 a day, and then $5, and then $10, and then $20, and then I remember making my first $50 in a single day, and I was so pumped. And then, I continued on and going more and more, and then I'd make my first $100 in a day, and I was like, this is insane. This is awesome. I can't believe it. I'm proud of myself, right? And you just get all these happy emotions, and then before you know it, it goes from being a one-time thing to more consistently to now it's a 2 or 3 times a week thing to an everyday thing. And then it comes to the point where you're like, okay, I'm not even going to trade today. I don't have the setup here. I'm going to wait tomorrow, come in, boom, you get 2 or 3, 4 trades that you identified that you were waiting for, and you made your whole week's worth of money in a single day. It's amazing, the potential and the power and compounding effects of being able to invest in the stock market. So looks like we have some new people tuning in again. Hey Tina, how's it going? Just tuning in. Go back and watch. We have 20 companies that we looked over. I know that's kind of a lot, but you don't have to necessarily look at them all. Pick and choose which one fits you and your character, your personality as a trader and a person, and then go from there. Watch it. That's all I'm asking you guys to do. Watch whatever companies you like. Maybe consider paper trading, because there's no risk involved when you paper trade. You could still learn all the benefits of trading and all the knowledge you need to make those profits later. But right now, if you're beginning and you're unsure, I wouldn't recommend using real money. And you're not going to see a lot of people on YouTube even saying that, right? They're going to be like, hey, I suggest you sign up for my course and you buy this and you buy that. And like, no, that's not how it works. Okay? You need to know who you are as a trader and as a person first. Find your personality, find what your risk tolerance is, figure out what your trading style is. Maybe you like to hold companies a day or a week or a month or a year. Maybe you like dividends and you just like getting that sweet monthly income from those dividend paying stocks. Want an example? Check out KO. Not KO, that's quarterly. Check out Gladstone or GLAD. They pay a monthly dividend. Check out Realty. You can invest in real estate without being a landlord and get paid monthly income every single month for owning shares of ticker symbol O or O Realty. There's a lot of ways to make money, and it depends on what your style is. My style, over years of trying to fine-tune this, over 800 videos now on YouTube, I started with dividends, started with long-term investing, and I was making 8-10% a year, and that was cool. But I got bored. Like, hey, I made another 10% this year. That's great. How can I make more? How can we make it faster? And that's what this channel is all about. Investing for Beginners is a community. We are fast growing. We have a private group on Facebook of over 70,000 members worldwide. We have over 6,000 members now and subscribers on YouTube. Our Discord group is growing with over a few hundred members now that are all dedicated and inspired to do the exact same thing, and that's how to make money in the stock market and how to do it faster, how to be consistent, and how to lock in profits every single week, every single month more consistently. And I know you guys can do it too. It just takes these baby steps. If you have $100, don't get discouraged. Aim for $1 a day. Aim for $1 a week. You don't need a lot of money to make money. All right, and I want you guys to know that too. Example, Jaina, let's see. BMEA, we were just talking about this. This can push down to 11, look into getting one share. Buy one share for $10 and see it go up to 12. You just made $2. Well, $2 on $10 is 20% profit. That will boost your confidence. That will really get you excited. And then you'll be like, all right, I'm gonna do $100 now. And now you're making 20% on 100. Now you're making $20 instead of $2. and then 1,000, and then 10,000. The point is, get started. Stop waiting, guys. Stop waiting for someone to spoon feed you and to give you a company to call out and you lose money, right? Don't invest in courses. Don't really need any of that stuff. All you need is you showing up to the market every single day and learning, okay? Tune into our live streams. Watch our live streams. Look what we're watching at and go from there. We will be live tomorrow morning at 6:30 my time or 8:30 market time. So whatever time the market opens in your area, we will be live an hour before the market, okay? Daylight savings time is coming up soon, and before you know it, I'll be waking up at 6:30 to catch the market open. And you guys can all do that for me. I go live Monday through Friday, all 100% free here on YouTube, and you could join our Discord. All right, guys, questions. We're going to take some questions real quick, and then I think I'm going to go. I don't want to waste any more of your guys' time. It's a beautiful day outside. It's a beautiful Sunday, and yeah, some of you, it's probably nighttime. Some of you, it's probably the morning. So let's see here. Major, is it fair to say, Johnny, you prefer to make short-term trades and return to flat daily most of the time? Yes. I am a day trader now at this point. I don't hold any real money overnight. If I do take a position, say overnight, it's a very small position. So that way, if it goes against me, I could always either average down and get out, or I could cut my losses very small. Now, every once in a while, when I see opportunities, I'll take a light swing trade. But most of my money is out. Also, with WeBull and a lot of these brokerage companies, you can get interest earned on your uninvested cash. So I did notice that, you know, I'm trading with a few $1,000s a day. I make, you know, say $100 on the day, and then I pull my money out, and the interest I get on it is, say, you know, $1, $2, $3 a day in interest. I've gotten up as high as, you know, $10, $20 for the month on interest earned from uninvested cash just sitting there. It's 5% a year on the day, so, you know, if you calculate whatever that is towards your account, it adds up. You know, 5% on 1,000, it's $50, but on 10,000, it's 500. So, you know, and 500 in a spread of 200 days or so, that's like $2 a day in interest, just having your money sit there doing nothing. So it adds up. You know, some people might find that good, some people may not. Tina, just turning in, rewinding to watch. Cool, cool, cool. Major, also, do you have any trades based around election results? Election's going to be crazy, guys. Markets are very volatile. We are basically, Monday morning is going to be exactly like 90-something years from a huge Monday morning stock market crash of 1929. I'm not sure if a lot of you guys are aware of that, but there was a huge market crash, and yeah, it resulted in a huge loss. It went from like 100 to 140, back down to like sub 100, like 80 or something dollars. So I'm excited to see tomorrow. Based on election, though, if Trump wins, we could see the markets. I mean, it's hard to tell. It's really hard to tell. I mean, there's so many people that hate Trump and like Trump. I could see it going bullish if Trump wins, but I don't know. I don't really want to bring politics in it too much, although politics does have a lot to do with stocks. Kamala Harris wins, you know, we might get a sell-off. Just saying. Or we might get an aggressive push up, and then it's a bull trap, and then it sells off. So, I don't know. Everyone's opinion's their own. We'll see what happens. Definitely pro-Trump, though, man. Pro-Trump. I'll just say that. I am expecting Trump to win since Biden was falling on stage many months ago. I think his arrival will result in some nice gains for tech stocks in November in Santa Rally. Yeah. It's going to be interesting. I mean, Elon Musk alone has so much stuff that he wants to do for the country and for like the world in general, that him and Trump, I mean, if Trump wins, Elon Musk and him could change the whole world. I mean, it could be revolutionary. If Kamala Harris wins, I mean, there could be a lot more, what is it called? Just a lot more tariffs, a lot more kind of control over what Elon does and limitations that he might be able to do. Trump might just be like, yeah, do whatever you want, Elon, go for it. It's going to be interesting, guys. I know Trump is definitely with Elon, right? They're definitely trying to do this together. Probably wise to stay out of it. Yeah, probably already said too much. Go Trump. I'm in UK, by the way, and I think the vibe I get is Trump has won already. Yeah, I mean, I think so too. I mean, who even is Kamala Harris? Who even is that, right? You know what I mean? Like, everyone knows Trump. He's been on TV shows before. Do you guys remember him on The Apprentice? Like in the 90s or the 2000s? He has a Trump Tower in Mexico, in New York. He has them all over the place. He has multiple businesses, a ton of real estate. This guy is a businessman, so it's going to be interesting. Apparently, it's more 50-50 to friends in USA. Hari Devi, go Trump. We even have some people that aren't usually tuned in. Welcome. How are you guys doing? Thanks for tuning in to our Sunday Stock Talk. We do this every Sunday. Trying to figure out the timing a little better, but hey, if these midday ones work for you guys around 3 o'clock my time, I'm cool with it, right? What's the market time right now? 5:07 market time. All right, guys, any more call outs? Any more companies want me to look at before we end the live stream? Major, and he worked in McDonald's. Hey, there you go. Even most Indians do not trust her, good sir. Oh, okay, all right. We have someone from across the seas. Hello, welcome. We're getting some good people tuning in now, guys. Hello. I went to the same high school as Trump, New York Military Academy. I met him in 1998. Wow, Pokey, that is amazing. Yeah. Did his hair look the same, I wonder? I think it's always looked the same since, like, high school. Oh, man. She is copycat. She's a copycat. All right. Hey, we got some politics going on in the chat room. We got some stocks on the screen. But more importantly, guys, ask some questions if there's anything you guys are interested in. We could talk about support, resistance levels. Crypto's pushing. That's a good thing for us, right? Who's invested in crypto over the weekend, right? This point right here, this yellow point, is where it closed on Friday, and now it's up, which means MARA closed on Friday here, and should technically be up. I'm thinking maybe $18 if Bitcoin can hold. This can easily curl over, and by the time we wake up in the morning, or say in the next 12 hours even, this could sell off in the next 12 hours and go right back to Friday open. That's exactly what it did to us right here the Friday before last Friday. It closed here, pushed all the way up, and I'm like, cool, we're gonna make some money, it's a great swing trade, and it came all the way back down, and Monday it actually was right where it started on Friday. So I did notice that about Bitcoin. It does tend to make a lot of movement during the weekend. So unfortunately, you can't trade Bitcoin, you can trade Bitcoin, but on my platform, WeBull, I can't trade Bitcoin. It says not allowed. And then MARA, or MARA, is only open when the stock market's open. So I found a little, in a way, not a loophole, but a cool correlation between the two. And so when Bitcoin pushes up, MARA pushes up. And that's exactly what we're going to see today. I've been buying as this averaged down. I've been buying in the sub 17.50, 17. If it's down in $17, tomorrow, I'll buy at $17 levels and wait for this to push up. But right now, it's very bullish. Looks like it's, could potentially open in that $18 level. So excited to see what happens. I can go with you if you want to wait like 5 more minutes. I think you should leave the politics out of the platform, getting off topic. Yeah, exactly, Anthony, exactly. I'm going to check out some of your videos on technicals as I'm all over the place. Yeah, you know, it is a lot. It's a lot at first. There's a lot of technical indicators. We even have the level 2 market data here that'll be available when the market actually does open. So this will be available down here showing those big orders that we want to look for when day trading. Can you review MSTR? Anthony Miller, stocks. Yes, MSTR. MicroStrategy Inc. It's up to, oh wow, this is extremely bullish. Ever since it crossed over that 200-day moving average, guys. Do you see that? Sometimes that moving average can hold it down for a while. Tried to retest, it got held back down, retested 115. Looked like 102 was that support level here. 115 looks like it's going to be another support, so that would have been a nice little buy range area. Since then, it's gone up from 115-ish to 245 in 50 days. 50 days, less than 2 months, it's gone up 114%. Great call out here on this one. That's $131 per share that you invested in this company 2 months ago. Now, what do I see? What is the news? What is this company even is? MicroStrategy's Bitcoin development company. Okay, cool, very nice. So it is Bitcoin related. Looks like it's very bullish. It's holding above that 200-day moving average, and it's maintaining that support above the exponential moving average. The 9-day and the 20-day are the ones that I'm using right now. That is the purple line and the blue line there. So that actually is a great indication of a little sell-off. 230, 232. Could we possibly see it bounce to 245, getting, you know, anywhere from $10 to $13 in profit per share? Yes, definitely. So I'm actually gonna, great call out here. Who is this? Hari Devi. I'm probably not saying your name right, but I'm gonna go ahead and add this to the watch list as far as crypto goes, and even today's trades. We're gonna go over this again tomorrow, I think. But yeah, I'm super excited to see what happens. We do go over our top gainers for the week, or in the morning, so I'm excited to see what happens with that. Let's see. Fair enough, Mr. Miller. MCICTAF. Wow, I really had to like spell that out. We got the same share of Laugh Out Loud, except mine is the black and white one. Nice. I figured this one had a little more color, right? A little more color. Got the Bears and Bulls poster right there. Because I'm not biased. I just like volatility. I like the market to move. When the market moves, we make money. When the market goes like this flat, you don't make nothing. Go live your life, Johnny. Have a nice day. Go live your life, Johnny. Have a nice day. All right, Major. Later, man. See you guys later. Yeah, I gotta go. My wife's telling me I gotta get out of here. But we do this every Sunday, and I want you guys to tune into the live stream tomorrow. All of you, do me a favor. Also, take this conversation over to the Discord. First link in the description. It's free. You can talk to all these same people and a ton of other people that want to do the same thing, and that's learn how to make money in the stock market. Any levels for shorts? We could talk about shorts a little bit more. But for now, I think we've been live, what, like an hour and some change? An hour exactly. So, guys, I appreciate your guys' time. Like always, let's remember to end the year on a green note. And remember, never invest based on anyone's opinion, even my own. And let's get out there and make some money, guys. We'll see you in the morning. Tune in at an hour before market open. And we'll be live anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour tomorrow. We could do the same thing. Ask me questions and tag along as we try to make some money. Thank you, guys. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and we will see you all in the next video.